We're gonna do a 2 1/2. I'm sorry, making all these noises here. 2 1/2 and maybe a 1 on the side. If I got enough memory in that card that I got in this camera, I'm gonna do a beard trim on him too. Show you how to do a beard trim. I'm gonna run over this thing with a 2 1/2. I'm gonna blend this right here with scissors up in the front. Save myself a little bit right where the curve of the head's at. Blend it in.
Now, how long will it take you to learn all the techniques to
cutting this stuff?
Yes, sir.
Well, you know, I've been cutting about 33 years, but you know, just different haircuts just evolve. You know, over the years, you learn how to do it. Just like, you know, whatever wire and stuff, you know, like you do. Just learn more and more every day.
Okay.
Well, like, what happens? You people kind of come because they like your kind of haircut. It's somebody you doing something totally different than somebody else is doing, so
okay.
They're kind of liking it. You know, like you kind of like what I do to your hair, so you keep coming back.
Okay.
And that's how we just kind of build a business. And everybody's got their own little niche in whatever you're doing, cutting hair, whatever it is.
Yes, sir.
And so that's kind of what happens. And there's always somebody just as good as you are or better. That's just the way it is in anything you do. But, I think everybody has their own little niche they're just pretty good at, you know.
Yes, sir.
And I think a lot of people's enjoyed watching what I'm doing on there on YouTube so far. And little niche I'm showing them of what I do, and it might help a few of them. Some of them I can't teach them anything because they know more than I do probably already, but some of them can might be able to help them learn how to do an easier way to do a haircut or something. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in your career, what style haircuts have come and gone that have come?
That high and tight, high and tight, we didn't do none of this stuff like this to start with. We didn't do this stuff. We did scissor haircutting only. When I first started, now we did clippers right around the ears or something, you know, trimmers on the neck. We did all that scissor haircutting. Everything was scissor haircut. You know, if I put one of those old-timey haircuts on, people, like a scissor layer haircut for a guy, you know, something like that. They think that's kind of old or whatever. That's just what we did back in those days. You know, first started. Look back at the yearbook, it was real scraggly looking. The haircuts were. They didn't get a good haircut back in that '78. And some of the ladies got the beauty shops started doing the layered haircuts, and you'll see a few of those, you know, and they got looking pretty good. And pretty soon the barber shop didn't have anything. They didn't know how to do any. A lot of them didn't know how to do the layered cuts. They just did clipper cutting from the '60s.
Okay.
And it hurt them as far as having anything to do. So if you got any haircut, you almost had to be able to do, you know, scissor cutting, or you was out of the ball game. You know. But now we went back to the clipper, which I enjoyed the clipper, but I had to learn it on my own.
Okay.
But I went to haircut school. You know, I learned it by just doing it. You know, just keep on cutting. You know.
Now, to you, which way is easier doing it?
I like clippers. I like the clipper hair, faster haircut. You think about it, cut this whole haircut with scissors. Everything is blended smooth. It take me 30 minutes.
Okay.
But if I got the clippers, I can just run over it, and I got a neat looking haircut when I finish with it. So a lot of the guys ask me to do the fade. They like the faded hairlines, and then the next person likes the square hairlines. The next one says, "Well, I want a round hairline." You know? I just kind of fill it out for each person, whichever way we can do it. You know. Notice a lot of guys want to say, "I like this. I'm glad you went back to the square look," and I respect those people because I like it too. You know. But you know, it's all of it. I like to be able to do all the cuts, you know, whatever I can. People need. But there's somebody that's going to say, "I don't like that," you know. And the next person is going to say, "I love it." So that's just the nature of it. Personally, I think that if I look at a haircut on YouTube and I was going to give somebody a grade on it, it'd be, did they cut the haircut good? Was it a style I liked? I'm not worried about did I like that style. I'm worried about did they give a good haircut. You know, was it right? Was it neat looking? It's not that I don't like a flat top, so I'm going to give you a thumbs down. That's, you know, pretty crazy if you ask me.
Okay.
To me, and that's what people do. They get on there, I don't like a flat top, so thumbs down, you know. But somebody does like a flat top, and somebody wants to learn how to do that flat top. So I did one a few minutes ago, shave. Somebody's been asking me. I read where they asked me about when you're gonna do a shave side flat top, and I just so happened I did one today. So
Okay.
they wanted me to shave the top too on the inside, but I don't never do that, so I probably won't do that. You know, they want me this landing strip. They want it shaved on there. I cut it down close with the clippers. But I'm not going. I don't think I'm gonna shave it because that's just a style like they do up in Chicago or somewhere. You know, more than around here. And, I'm just gonna do it the way I feel. About doing it, comfortable doing it.
Okay.
Making it look right.
Well, from you doing this on a daily basis, when you look at somebody's hair, what is the main things you look at? If you don't actually look at style.
If I look at somebody's hair to see if it's cut neat or whatever, if I notice somebody, you see me looking at people's hair when I'm out. They don't know it. A lot of people might not know my barber. I check that hair out.
Okay.
And I look at it to see if it's neat. Cut neat. And if somebody comes in and let somebody cut their hair, I'm not going to even polish anything because I just appreciate the business when I got it, and when I don't have it, I want it, But I don't pressure them. Hey, you've been to somebody else, I'm mad with you. I'm not going to do that because in this business you can't wear your feelings on your sleeve because if somebody was just more convenient or whatever, where they're getting a haircut at. So not that they cut their hair any better, probably it's just a closer place for them to get a haircut. If somebody's right next door to you, it's hard not to go in if they can give a halfway good haircut. Probably go get one, I got a guy that's gonna come from Scotland. He's gonna let me tell you something. I've been talking, he calls me on the phone. I got a guy that calls me from over in Canada.
Okay.
Want me to do some different haircuts, but I'm skittish to put some of the cuts on. If you don't pin that haircut up like we do, we're gonna give you a flag, If you don't cut it the way I would cut it, it's got to be wrong, We're gonna give you thumbs down. And I think that's pretty. And if the haircut's cut right, that's the main thing, it's not just, it looks decent. It's not, do I like that style, so.
Okay.
That's what they're doing. Plan probably to have a bunch of haircuts on here before it's over with, if I keep on the way I'm going. So I cut this haircut over and over, but every one's a little different variation that I'm doing. When I cut your hair, it's different than the other guys.
Okay.
So even though it's a lot like the same cut, I've done this over and over on there. But being that you're a different human being, your hair is different, and so it kind of works out that way.
Okay.
A lot of fun though, man. I've always loved to work and enjoyed it.
What's the longest time it took you to cut somebody's hair?
Well, sometimes you'll have people come in and want you to cut. Well, I don't like that style. Let's go do another one. You be cut 3 haircuts on it, an hour and a half or 2 hours. But you finally got to sell this in here. I done cut 3 different haircuts. That's when we first started, Right now, I know my sister did that one day. She cut 3 different haircuts, and the girl kept looking in the book. She said, "No, I done cut 3 haircuts, and all of them look good." I'm okay, more for that money, And the girl, she got mad about it. I don't know. There's something wrong with somebody like that.
Yes, sir.
I think there was something wrong with that girl out there. Yes, people got different things going on in their life,
Yes, sir.
I think there was something wrong with her, really, to make her keep wanting different. She couldn't decide what she wanted to do. If you don't tell them to decide what you want, that's not the way that works.
No,
Get it out of the book, unless you're gonna pay for it. A nice cut on a young lady today. She's got real curly, wavy hair. Well, not real curly hair, but wavy, and she likes it short. And I went back in there and I texturized it and razored it. I razored through it with a razor, and I'm sure it's going to be one of the best haircuts. I think it'll be one of the best she's had. I see her working at a restaurant up here, and she came in. I cut her mother's hair, and she really liked it. She said, "I'm gonna let Mike cut my hair," and so she came today. I think it's going to really turn out good. I cut it up around the ears with a nice point around the ears, and I layered it down at the back, and then I texturized the hair where she can handle the top of it. So I think she'll really enjoy it.
When you say texturize, what do you mean by that?
Using a razor, and then you're doing your dicing, and then you can use a thinning shear. All those texturize it, when you do that. So.
Okay.
everybody's getting a little lesson today on what we do, how we do it. Now, most of those people know what it's all about. They're watching people, barbers and stuff, and hairdressers, beauticians, so. They probably know exactly, and then some people don't know exactly what it is, you know.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people listening.
Well, see, that's like me. I'm an electrician. I don't know nothing about cutting hair.
Yeah. Well, what I did, I took that razor, and the razor I've got is this razor right here that I use. It's just something you buy at one of those Cosmo supply houses. It's got good razors in it, and you just take it and go through it and cut the ends of it, and it really makes a difference in wavy hair, thick hair. Didn't like using a razor. I started doing it more. My sister then got into it more, and I started seeing the results they were getting. I said, man, there's no way you can do it with scissors and get that result. And so that's what we did with her hair today. So it really turned out great. Okay. I'm sure she'll get a lot of compliments on it. A lot of people be saying how much they enjoyed her haircut, and she'll enjoy it. Hopefully. I got this bracket to come in with this 3 and stand it up, and I can take and fade this in a little bit better. I did some with the scissors, but I can't quite get it with the scissors like I want to. But I can take this and blend this in a little right through here.
Now, how do you know when you actually got like a good even blend?
Well, you can see that there's no rough edges hanging out. You can just see that it blends together. See what I can do after I do this one, this 3 right here, up to this and to the bang area. I can come back in with my 2.5 now, so put my 2.5 back out and open the blade up a little bit, stand it up, and just come through here and I can blade it back together. If I run that in certain areas, you run it. So like here where this head changes at, is where I can run the 2.5 where it blends together at. After I do it with the 3. I can tell more what's going on there with it. You give me a good interview, people start checking out some of this stuff. Interviewing what we're doing. So that's part of what people are thinking, just what you're asking,
Okay.
Maybe a young person just getting in the haircut. They're watching it.
Are there any other tools that you use?
Well, I used a clipper, and you got about 6 guards. You got a razor. You got thinning shears. You can get all kind of different thinning shears, but I don't like to get too much. This is what I'm using here, probably something like this. And I just thin like the bulky hair, but of course you don't want to go too close to the scalp when you thin bulky hair. You want to stay toward the end of the hair, because you won't have a problem with it. If you do, if it comes out too close to the scalp, it's gonna protrude back through the hair, and you're gonna have a rough looking haircut. And I've done that one time before that I know of, especially. Look kind of rough looking when I finish with it, but you learn from your mistakes, and you'll have a mistake or two. You maybe do something wrong with a guard or slip or something.
Okay. In
a year's run or something, or every 2 or 3 years, something could happen. Well, the only thing I had happen one time, I run the 2 blade up just a little further on the side than I wanted to. But it still worked out fine. We cut the guy's hair for years.
Okay.
He wasn't mad with me because it did look fine when we finished with it. But I run up a little higher here than what I wanted, and I had to blend, and his hair was long on top. Okay. And I would ask him, somebody else, I didn't know if I did it or not. I looked at somebody been cutting your hair, because I couldn't believe that I did that. I don't know, somebody might have cut it, I don't know. He said nobody did, but I reckon I did run the clipper up there. Didn't even know that didn't know that I did it,
Okay.
And just things happen occasionally. It's going to happen, you being a human being. Okay. I'd like to get your beard trim in here too, because I haven't done a beard trim on here yet. I'd like to show you a beard trim.
Alright.
Stick your comb in here sideways. You can see when you stick your comb in, you can blend it together a little better. You'd always save yourself something to work with right in here at the last.
Why do you do that?
because it make it blend together here. When you come with your two here, you want to stop in here and fade in at an angle, and then save yourself something to work with in here to be able to blend. Make that haircut fit. In other words, you want to take this out right in here, or this right in here too fast. You want to save that to last to blend. If you go to cutting that out, you got a different something you can't blend. I'll be able to blend that haircut. I might give you more of this look and then square this beard. Hold your head back a little bit closer. I'm just going to get close to what I want to start with, then we'll go back and get this on, look in that mirror and see this one.
Now, when you're looking in the mirror, what are you looking for?
Make sure that line, is right through here. Looking back, and I'm mirroring the same style on both sides. I want to do the very same thing on both sides. We're probably going to actually bring that a little bit thinner there, but I want to just kind of get this out of the way and ease it down as we go. What I want to do is get that same style on both sides, same look. Then I can get out front and look at it too. I'm going to take the blade and run up and just hold your head way back there for a second. Something happened there, you shave that? Or is it, you want it thin through here like that? So your beard ain't on in much. For some reason, I don't know what happened there.
I might have hit it with a razor.
Okay. You got in a hurry one morning, didn't you?
Still asleep.
Kissing some girl till you rub the hair off your head. Oh, that's what it looked like to me.
That's better than my story.
Ain't that it? So, let me get this a 1 all over, or open the blade up. What you want to do? I'll try 1.
Sure.
1's going to be about the least amount. We'll do all that besides the open blade. Be the smallest amount. That's just getting a little bit. Hope somebody's gonna write a comment about what you said. I didn't cut all that off there, folks. Like made a misslip and buzzed it off. Be done the same way. I'm working 8 to 10 hours a day a lot of time now.
Well, he's got me on 3rd at Walmart tonight.
Is that where they make the nails and stuff?
Yes, sir.
What else do they make out there?
I made tie wire for rebar, and I made cold wire. Nails, they nail the wire for that they use in plastic coating, which is what they use in like clothes hangers and any kind of wire with plastic on it. That's about it.
I know Denny Gaskin works out there.
Yes, sir.
You know him?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Okay.
okay. Now I'll get back with him. Do you want me to just go ahead and neaten that up and just make that straight across there? I'll just kind of leave it like that, or what do you think? Let it grow out?
You need it up, you want to.
You want to just kind of make a straight line through here, like straight around here like that, and let it grow back up as it wants to?
Sounds good.
Just let it grow out like you want to. I reckon it's your beard, you can cut it like you want to. Let's say, how long have you had a beard now?
About a month.
Oh, really? Just started then? Okay. Turn your head this way, please. You about 21 now?
22.
22. Old man.
Getting old quick.
Yes, sir. I'll give that one more time. That looks pretty good. I've never seen one quite like that before, but it's all right. If you want it that way, you can do it that way. Tell you, man. You want to just leave it like that, or you want to take it off and let it go back out, or what you think? Can you hack it? If you like, it's just something different. It looks all right, I reckon. If you decide you don't want it or whatever like that, you can go away with it. Or you can just go up under and shave between it. Take me some long, you know, whatever. Since that beard was gone there, we don't know what's going on there.
Just one of them things, probably.
Yeah. Paul was doing this here, making all that money. It looked like he might have rubbed it off with you. You know, a lot of people got a nervous habit. I know Randy down here that runs a car lot, he used to rub all his hair off. He was making a deal, he'd be combing his hair with his hand.
Okay.
He kept his hair rubbed off all the time.
Now, how do you know if it's a good style for the person? If say I was to ask you.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just something, just whatever you look at, I reckon, you know. If it looks like it'd be all right, you know. Somebody come in, shave mine like a bald man up here on top and leave it, it ain't gonna look good, I guarantee you that. There ain't no way you can make that look natural looking. Shave me a bald place up here, like, there's no way you can make it look natural. No way.
Well, if somebody was to bring you a picture, could you actually visit?
A lot of it, yeah, some of it, yeah, similar. You know, you might have some guy that's got this humongous head of hair, you know, that's got it's in the photo, you know, so it's quite much hair you got, really. That's all. We're probably gonna catch it about that beard on YouTube. I would have done this, I would have done that. Just tell me if the haircut looks right or not. You can get down, please, sir. They know the reason why that the hair was gone right here on the chin. That's why we did what we did. So. See that away. Okay. What'd you weigh that now? This. Come on in, man.
What's going on, Mike?
Right now. How are you?